What's happening, Night Riders? So, Reign of the Supermen exclusive trailer. Now, say what you want about DC, their animated movies are on point, and the death of Superman, that movie was off the chain. It showed the absolute brutality of a Superman versus Doomsday fight. I love how the movie incorporated the rest of the league, because if you guys know from the comic books back in the 90s, Superman basically fought Doomsday one-on-one, and you had no major league members show up. You had, a lot of the side backup league members. I don't remember all the league members that actually fought him in the comics, but I think one was like Booster Gold. I don't remember if Firestorm was there. I think you had the chick Ice. Like, you just had a lot of secondary and backup Justice League members try to hold off Doomsday. But you didn't, like, Flash wasn't there, Batman wasn't there, Wonder Woman wasn't there, Hawkwoman, Hawkman. Like, you had no Martian Manhunter. Like, you didn't have any of them show up in the comic book. So that's why when they did the movie Death of Superman, I'm glad that they showed the League actually try to fight Doomsday, where you saw Batman, you saw Flash, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, I think Hawkman was there, and Doomsday tore through all of them. And then Superman showed up, and not gonna lie, he tore through Superman too. He whooped his ass. Now, granted, Superman was holding his own, and that's just because, he has that invulnerability, but at the same time, like, that shit still wasn't helping. And long story short, they both killed one another. Now, again, if you know from the comic books, you know that when Superman died, 4 new characters showed up pretending to be, not pretending, but claiming to be Superman, which is Cyborg Superman, the Eradicator, Steel, and Superboy. Reign of Superman is basically about that. It basically is going to be the story about these 4 individuals claiming to be Superman, all coming out into the spotlight. And I like how they slowly introduced Steel, because I think they showed him in Death of Superman, but they also showed John Henry Irons in the previous DC movie. Like, a lot of these DC movies are all connected. I think it goes, the one where they all came together, which was, what was that called? War. You had Justice League War. Then you had Throne of Atlantis. And I think you had another one before you had Death of Superman, but I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, you saw John Henry Irons in a previous movie, because I think Superman saved him. But yeah, they're all pretty much connected. Then you also had the Teen Titans versus Justice League. But anyway, I'm sorry. All over the place and I'm rambling. But yeah, so with that being said, this connects to them. So you still have all those same characters from the previous movies all in this one. Actually, you know what? I don't know if Justice League is actually in this movie. They'll probably have cameos. But yeah, you're gonna see those 4 characters basically show up. So I've been rambling for over 4 minutes. I'm sorry about that, you guys. Let's jump into Reign of the Supermen exclusive trailer. I'm so sorry. Let's go. I just get excited when talking about Superman, for those of you guys that know me the best. Yeah.
Who are these new guys? Why are they here?
Yeah.
What is their place? In a world without a Superman.
They all tried to take up his mantle.
The Man of Steel is dead. We saw the body. It's time for human beings to stop relying on leagues and titans and start saving ourselves. I can give each of you the power to be your own hero.
Clark's body disappears, and suddenly these new Supermen show up out of the blue.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Superman. There is only one Superman.
Oh.
You look like Superman, but Superman died in my arms.
For my people, death doesn't have to be the end. Terrible things are coming, Lois.
Who the hell are they?
We gotta be our own heroes. We sure as hell can make some noise. When the Daily Planet said Superman is dead, it painted a target on the Earth.
How do we even begin to fight that?
Oh shit. What the fuck was that? Oh shit. Gotta find out when that comes out. Okay. So, not really sure which direction they're going with this movie. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks pretty dope. And I'm gonna check it out when it comes out, but like, the reason I said I don't know which direction is because, for the most part, in the comics, for the most part, after when Superman died, the four characters that all basically came out after Superman died were all pretty separate. I don't remember all four of them being together like that and, you know, talking to one another and basically claiming to be, I mean, they all kind of claim to be the real Superman, but I don't really remember them fighting. But then again, like, I only know bits and pieces from the comics. I don't know, like, the full history of the Reign of Superman story arc. I do know that Superman does eventually come back. I don't know if he's gonna come back in this movie or not. Like, that last shot made it seem like he is, which will be interesting, I'm not gonna lie. I did not think that they were going to go the route of Superboy, where he had that, like, I like to call him the punk rock Superboy, simply because, like, I think at one point he had like spikes on his clothes somewhere. He got the jacket, he got the like that punk rock kind of. You ever, okay, you know how in like most movies where they show like a punk rock teenager, his hair is always like coming down like this way. Superboy's hair was kind of like that, at least in the comics, if I remember correctly. And I don't know, it was just like when Superboy first came out, like I hated his design. 100% hated his design. And it wasn't until like he started growing up and his costume started changing is when I started liking Superboy. I do like Superboy a lot, but at least when he first came out in the 90s in the comics, where he had that the jacket, yeah, I hated that. Hated it. Like, I thought that they were gonna go the route of his new 52 outfit, the black and the red. It's like a black outfit with the red stripes and the red Superman symbol, and they kind of changed his powers to be mainly telekinesis, because that's what his powers were when Superboy first came out. His powers were telekinesis, and he just mimicked Superman's abilities. And it wasn't until like he got older that his actual Kryptonian abilities kicked in. But like, at least in the New 52, he basically has like this invisible telekinetic shield around his body, which allows for him to take hits and to mimic invulnerability. It helps him with his strength. I think he's naturally strong, but nowhere near Superman's level. His heat vision is also telekinetic, and he basically like speeds up the molecules in front of his eyes in a line, and when he does, that creates like the beam of fire for the heat vision. That's basically how he does it. So when they redid him for the New 52, I actually liked that version of Superboy because he mimicked Superman's abilities, yet his powers were different. So he was a different character, and I like that. You know, I like the aspect of him having the telekinetic abilities like that. Even the red suit, the black and red suit. At first, I was just like, eh, but then it kind of grew on me. So that's the route that I thought that they were going with Superboy. Steel is pretty much just an ordinary guy who, I mean, he's smart in engineering, and good with his hands, good with the hammer, and you know, stuff like that. And he basically created a suit for himself that gives him flight, super strength. The suit protects him so he can take hits, and he has a very powerful hammer that he hits people with. Eradicator is the only one that I'm not 100% sure about because his, like, it's weird. They talk about some computerized matrix, and I don't really understand the Eradicator too much, so I hope that they explain that. Cyborg Superman that's a little confusing too, depending on the route that they go. Because in the comics, he was an astronaut, something happened, and yeah. And then in the New 52, it turned out to be it turned out to be Superman's uncle. I don't know, it was fucking weird. But yeah, I hope that they actually like explain the backstories of these characters for people who don't know the comics and that don't know the history of these characters. I kind of just rambled about the whole history of the reign of Superman and the 4 characters. I'm so sorry, you guys. How long is? Yeah, I done turned this into over 12-minute video. So sorry. Hopefully you guys enjoy this reaction, and you know, you guys are looking forward to Reign of the Supermen movie as much as I am. If anybody knows when this comes out, please let me know, because I would love to know that. I look forward to seeing what you guys have to say. Curious to see which one of you guys are excited to check this out. As you can tell from my rambling, I'm very excited to check this out. Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna cut it here. I'm so sorry for rambling, you guys, but you gotta understand there's a lot of stuff in regards to Superman I'm passionate about and I really like. So yeah, super excited to check this movie out. Can't wait to see what you guys have to say. So until next time, ride or die, Night Riders. We out.